My name is Robert Frazier. I'll be coaching Ethan through some exercises. But yeah, to start off, we'll be doing my two tests will be, I'll do an MMT on his glutes and his quads, and then we'll do a 1 minute push-up test because the 3 exercises I selected were the bench press, the bicep curl, and the Bulgarian split squat. So I'll have you come over here with me. And we'll first perform the quad MMT, so I'll have you sit down. If only it was a little taller, but I'll have you, for this one, he's going to extend his leg, and then I'm going to push down, have him resist. So I'm going to go for it, resist. All right, and then I'll do an MMT for your glutes, so I'll have you lay down. And then I'll have you extend your hip, and then I'll push, don't let me resist. Okay, so right now his 2 muscles for his lower extremity is good for the Bulgarian split squat. So now I will demonstrate the push-up essentially for a minute. I'm just testing how many he can do. It's an endurance test, but it will show me just functionality of if he can perform this bench press. So I'll have you do it for a minute, and I'll take time.
You got the timer ready?
Yep.
I can.
Mental clock. Cool. Okay, go for it. It's been a minute. So from that, I can see that you're good to go for the bench press. So yeah. All right, for the bench press, first I'll just go through the analysis of it. So the main agonist muscles will be the pec major, and then pec minor and anterior delt. And then the antagonist would be the lats and the rhomboids. Some synergist muscles would be the triceps. And essentially, we're just doing shoulder and elbow flexion and extension. And so yeah, I'll just go through the movement. You want to have 5 points of contact, 2 on the floor. You want your back straight, and then your shoulders. And then you want to keep your scapula a little retracted so that you don't have rounded shoulders when you go. And then you pick up the bar. Some people like to do really close grip or wide grip, but just find a comfortable grip. Keeping your main points of contact, and then you want a slow and controlled down, and then you can have an explosive up. The common error is people protract their scapulas and then they do this and push it out. You still want to keep your scapulas down or retracted like this, but maintaining just stability in this movement. And so yeah, a spotter will be standing behind, just watching for any fail, because in this movement, if they fail, the bar goes straight to their neck, and that's not good. So, Ethan, I'll have you go.
Whenever you're ready. Contact, so.
All right.
Yeah, it's retracted.
Yep. Good. Right now, I'll have you drive through your heels, so make sure your power comes from there. Yep, there you go. That'll give you more stability for your arms. Cool, he's also maintaining a good bar path as well. So yeah, that looked good. Perfect. All right, so for the bicep curl, this will be our second upper body exercise that I chose. For this one, the main just action that's going on is elbow flexion and elbow extension. The main agonist for this exercise is the bicep, with the antagonist being the tricep. And then the rotator cuff muscles are synergist and just stabilizing the joint for this movement. So to start off this movement, you want to have your elbow attached to your side, and then you want also want to have your shoulders relaxed but also stable. And then you just want to flex and extend, flex and extend, also maintaining that. Some common errors are just movement with your trap, or not having your elbow to the side, or just flexing your shoulder. Again, you want this to be relaxed yet controlled with this attached to your side, just maintaining that through the movement. So,
Awesome. It's close to the body
yes,
and supinated.
sure. For sure, that looks great. I do see a little movement in your glenohumeral joint, but overall, it's not a big deal. Just make sure you keep your shoulder really attached to your side, and that looks great. Yeah, for sure. For the Bulgarian split squat, for this one, the main agonist for the muscle will be the quadriceps and the glute max, and then the hamstring can be either a synergist or an antagonist depending on which joint. So for the knee flexion and extension, the hamstring would be the antagonist, but for the hip extension and flexion, that would be a synergist for that. And so yeah, for this one, you'll have triple extension and flexion with ankle, plantar, and dorsiflexion, knee flexion, extension, and hip flexion, extension. And so to start off with this movement, you want to just see how far your hips come out, or your feet come out. And then that's where you would want to put your back foot. And then you just want to maintain this point of contact on the floor, having this point of contact on the bench, but all your weight is going to be on this one foot. And then you want to slow and control down. And then when you go down, you want to go down and back a little bit just to keep your glutes activated. And so that's what it looked like. I'll have you as well.
So you said sit down and extend my legs, and that's kind of the landing point?
Yes, for sure.
Awesome. And then that back goes up there. And then just down to the side, you said?
Yeah.
Awesome.
For sure, that looks great. The Bulgarian split squat is mainly used for neuromuscular control, and so right there I saw great control in your leg. Some common errors with it is just some wibble. There's also moving this foot around, and so yeah, that looked great.
Awesome.
My guy Ethan for being my client, and just thank you for watching this.